Hello guys, welcome to our channel Rowan Basic. Okay, for this day, our lesson will be about computing the rate of your compound interest. When we say rate, we are solving for, to be specific, we have your nominal rate. Or in some cases, it is known as the annual rate of interest. Usually, rate is in percentage form. Okay? Okay, so on our lesson about compound interest, going back to our formula F equal to P times the quantity of 1 plus R over M raised to MT. Okay? So rate, R in here is your nominal or annual rate. And in some other cases, on formulas such this one, we have F equals to P times the quantity of 1 plus J raised to N, where J is equal to R over M and N is equal to NP. So this rate is known as your rate per conversion. Okay? And this one is your annual rate. Annual or nominal rates. Okay? Example, this is a 1-year period or 1-year term or 1-year time. Okay, 0 to 1. So, the rate per conversion period, of course, will depend on the frequency of conversion M. So in our case, if we take our first example, we have semi-annually. So of course, we will divide your annual or each year, we will divide each year by 2 to make it semi-annually. So every 6 months. Okay? So from 0 to 1, example, we have this, example, we have 5%. Okay? So, of course, it will be 2.5% in here. Okay? So, this is your R, and this is your J. Okay? Again, this is your annual rate, this is your rate per conversion J. Okay? So, I have explained this thing on the other videos. Okay? Again, in other books, R is denoted by I raised to M as your nominal or annual rate. Okay? So now let us proceed to our problem. So on our board, we have this situation. Okay, so we have at what nominal rate compounded semi-annually will 10,000 pesos accumulate to 15,000 in 10 years? Okay, so using the steps on here, so we have first to identify the given data from your situation or problem on the board. So the given are, we have semi-annually. So that will be your frequency of conversion semi-annually. So we have twice a year. So semi-annually, every 6 months. Then we have 10,000 pesos. So that will be your principal or the starting money. Okay? Then F, your future value or maturity value, we have 15,000. Okay? Then 10 years, of course, it is your P. So the required in here, of course, is your rate, denoted by small letter R, not to confuse us. So in some other books, again, it's denoted by I raised to M, or anything or any variable is utilized in computing your R or nominal rate. But in my own case, I'm using R to denote your rate because the first letter is R. Okay? So for our solution again, we will be using your equation f equal to p times the quantity of 1 plus r raised to m t. But again, before we should use this thing, here we will derive the formula or equation in solving your rate. So rate can be found in here. So let us derive r using f equal to p times the quantity of 1 plus r raised to m t. Okay? So we have f equal p. Okay. Let's make it more simple. So let us divide both sides by p to isolate your r in here. So we have over p, p in here will be eliminated, p divided by p is 1. So we have now f over p equals to the quantity of 1 plus r raised to m, r over m raised to m t. Okay? So we have here your exponential function. Again, the inverse of exponential. We are using the inverse of operations in deriving or computing your formulas and equations. So in here we have multiplication. So on the other side we have division. Because we have here your exponent, we should do extracting in roots. Okay? So take note of this. Then I will extract this thing. So I will extract this thing on the other side. So to extract this one, we should get the root of mt. Then mt in here. Okay, so basic things on equation. What you did on the other side, you should do it on the other side. Okay? Okay, reviewing your exponential or log exponent. Okay, it will be, the exponent will be eliminated. Such thing as x squared. So when you get the root of x squared, or such the thing, if you convert it using your exponential function, it will be x raised to 1 or x. Or such thing as x cubed, then put cube root on that, it will become x. Just like that. Because it will be 3 divided by 3 or x. Or simply equal to x. Okay? So we have now mt and x in there. Then we have 1 plus r over m. Okay? Now, then to continue, we will do this 1. So we will have minus 1. Or let's put minus 1 here. So we have minus 1, then minus 1 on the other side. So it will now become f mt f over p minus 1. So minus 1 is not under the root of mt. Equals, so positive 1 will be eliminated. The remaining will be r over m. Then cross multiplying, or in here we are dividing m. Again, we are using the inverse, or in your basic terms, we will be using multiplication property of equality. So we will multiply both sides by m, or by cross multiplying on the other side. So it will become r on the other side, and m will be multiplied on the other side. And it will look like this. Okay? Writing it the proper way, we have r equals m times the quantity of MT, the F over P minus 1. So here now is our equation in computing your nominal or annual rate. So please take note of this. So instead of this one, we will be using that thing R equal to F over P, the MP root minus 1. Okay. So I will erase this one. So please take note. Again, if you can see some error and suggestions, you can write it on our comment section. Okay, I will erase the conclusion first. So now we have your equation in computing your rate of compound interest. So let us now proceed by substituting the given values. So M is 2. Then we have M. Then T is 10. Then we have F is equal to 15,000. Then we have P equal to 10,000. Then minus 1 quantity. Please input and encode on your scientific calculator to make it easier. Okay, so after encoding your calculator, you may get this value. So R is equal to 0.040960. So I'm writing using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decimals. So I'm writing 6 decimals to prepare you on our next lesson that will be about equivalent rates. Okay? So in computing the rates, we are writing the value with 5 to 6 decimals, but on our case we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but 0 is insignificant. So either you can delete this 0 or just put it there. Okay? So you can eliminate that thing. So if we will have we are using 6 decimals and we are finalizing our answer using 4 decimal places. Okay, so in our case we have 0.04. If we will try to this one, round off 9, it will be, because we have 6 in here, so we will be rounding up 9, so it will become 10. Right? So we have 0.0410, or to get the percentage form, just multiply this thing by 100. So R is equal to 0.0410 times 100. You will get R is equal to 4.10%. Okay? So either of the two is accepted in my case, but it depends on your required or conclusion, whether you will put your answer in decimal or percentage form. But I'm just giving you the idea and the whole concept of this thing, that you can write it using decimal and percentage form, but in a contextual manner. Example, you are investing in a bank or applying a loan, you will not find it in the agreement form or the contract. You cannot find this decimal form of your rate, but it is written always in percentage form. Okay? So now let us proceed to your conclusion. But let us check the errors to make it more reliable as a concept. It's either it's about your estimation. It's either you will have to use 4.09 or 4.10, because the what we call this, the margin of error or difference between the two is 0.01. But in terms of money, if you will have to check this one using your F equal to P times the quantity of 1 plus R over M raised to MT, 4.09 will give you such value as 14,991.13 or 14, I guess. And 4.10% will give you the value of 15,005.84, I guess. So if we will try to check the difference between 15,000 as your accumulation or future value here as F. So the difference in here is almost or over 8 pesos. And in here we have difference of 5 pesos. So the most correct answer is 4.10%. Okay? Okay, so let us proceed to your conclusion. So for your conclusion, very easy. Therefore, the nominal rate is 4.10%. Very easy. So if you have questions, suggestions, and if you can see some errors in there, please write it on the comment section. Okay, for our next example, we have on the board, at what nominal rate compounded quarterly will 8,000 pesos earn the amount of 800 in 6 years? So again, our basic steps on the board, we have given, the required, the solution, and the conclusion. So let us find the given values and data from our problem or situation on the board. So we have the compounded quarterly, so that will be your M or frequency of conversion, because it is quarterly. It is measured every 3 months. Okay, or we have the value 4 because we have 3 months in a year. Okay, so M is 4, then we have 8,000 as your starting money, so that will be your principal P. So we have 8,000. Then the money 8,000 will earn the amount of 800, so that will be your compound interest 800. Okay, compound interest 800. Common sense, the future value or your maturity value is equal to the principal plus your compound interest. Now we have F is equal to 8,800. Then do not forget your time T, we have 6 years. Okay. So for your required, again, we are solving or computing for R. So for your solution, we will be using R is equal to M times mth root or mt in there and the index f over p, then minus 1. Then substitution, we have m is equal to 4. Okay? Then we have m is equal to 4 again. T is equal to 6. Then f is equal to 8,800 over p, which is equal to 8,000 minus 1. Okay? So if you do not have any scientific calculators, the first thing that you will have to solve this thing is f divided by p. So f divided by p, then get the root of f over p, which is, in here we have 4 times 6, that is 24. The 24th root of the quotient of 8,800 and 8,000. Then after you get this thing, minus 1. After minus 1, multiply to n. Or if you have your scientific calculators, just input or encode this thing and you will have this value r. So r is equal to 0.015916. So again, I am using 6 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So the 0 on the left side is insignificant, but to make it more prettier, I'm just putting 0 in there, just to denote that it is a decimal number. So rounding off to 4 decimal places, so we have to round off 0, 1, 5, 9. So the preceding number 9 is 1, so we will be retaining the value of 0.0159. Okay? Okay, if we multiply r on 100, so let's multiply it by 100 to get the percentage form of 1.59%. So again, we are writing your decimal or your rate by decimal and percentage form. So again, I will accept this answer, or depends on your case, situation. But on the contextual situation on banks and institution, you will see your rate as in percentage form. Okay. So if you will try to ask me about rounding this off into 1.6 because it is 59, right? So you can round it off as 1.6. But if we will try to check and get the difference of f of using between using 1.6 and 1.59, the most correct answer will be 1.59. Okay? So for your conclusion, we can conclude that at the end of 6 years, the money will earn 800 pesos at the rate of 1.59%. compounded quarterly. Okay, your conclusion will depend on how you understand the problem. As long as you are answering the problem, the conclusion will be up to you. Okay? So you can answer at the end of 6 years, the money will earn 800 at the rate of 1.59%. Or you can say that the nominal rate is 1.59%. Okay? So that's the end of my video about computing rate of compound interest. Please subscribe and thank you for watching.